Gilbert, he's being charged in warrant number 2012 A0420 700 for assault, battery, high and aggravated nature. He's represented by Mr. Dunaway. This is a bond hearing. Currently, no bond has been set in this case. Your Honor, the facts occurred, this is on October 12th, 2012, occurred here at a restaurant here downtown called Johnny Angel's. It's approximately 10:30 at night. In the case, the victim in the case is Andy Hyslop, who's actually a deputy with the Ellis County Sheriff's Office. He was there that night with his family celebrating his son's graduation from the Criminal Justice Academy. A couple of waitresses had approached him regarding Mr. Gilbert's conduct and behavior towards them and asked Mr. Hyslop if he would speak to him about paying his bill and leaving. He approached, identified himself, told him who he was, asked him if he would just pay his bill and just go ahead and go home for the night. At that point, Mr. Gilbert, whether he paid or not, I do not know, but at some point he got outside. A confrontation occurred outside with him and some other patrons that were in the establishment. Mr. Hyslop had walked outside to observe what was going on, and when that occurred, the individuals that Mr. Gilbert was in a confrontation with, whether it was a fight or something, broke free, charged Mr. Hyslop, and in the process of trying to hold him off and hold him back, he got his left finger bitten off by Mr. Gilbert. He's got it here today. After that, he had to go to the hospital and spent several days inside the hospital. This bond hearing, we're requesting, what we are asking is that his bond still be denied. There's two issues we're dealing with, whether it's a dangerous community and whether it's a flight risk. We definitely consider him a danger due to the fact that he was drinking in this establishment, he was asked to leave, and in the process of this, he bit his finger off.
All right, Mr. Dunn.
Your Honor, my client is 34 years old. He's married. His wife is here. He has 3 children who live in his home. He has another child with another wife for him. He does pay child support. He's been employed with BASF for the last 13 years as a computer network administrator. He is not a flight risk. He's a member of the community. His mother's here. His preacher's here.
Oh, I understood he was from Green.
He lives in Greenville.
So you, but not Anderson.
Not Anderson. He lives in
Not in this year's.
Your Honor, we believe that there are some other facts the court needs to understand that this officer, Mr. Hyslop, with several other Anderson County Sheriff's officers at this bar, and they were drinking. They did ask Mr. Gilbert to leave, which he did. As he left and had him walking out of the bar, we believe that he was tackled by Mr. Hyslop and 3 other defendants. A chokehold was given to my client. Another officer, the alleged officer, was kicking him in the face and had him on the ground with a knee in it. The only defense he had left was as he was passing out, the chokehold was his finger. He did bite the tip of the finger off. He was continued to stay on the ground. While he was on the ground, he was kicked by another officer in the face and they broke his nose. They also had another officer hitting him in the face with their fist. The officer that kicked him in the nose has been fired, and there's a SLED investigation pending regarding this officer's conduct. So, yes, we agree that he bit the tip of his Hyslop's finger off. We believe that was the only defense he had as a result of being beaten up, and having his nose broken. We'd ask the court to set a reasonable bond, and we believe that would be proper in this case to allow him to return to his family and earn a living, and also for us to prepare his defense.
I know we're not on trial here today, but if I can, I want to start by just saying that's the biggest bunch of hogwash I've ever heard. Mr. Dunaway, complete lie. I identified myself several times who I work for, what capacity I'm with the sheriff's office. He refused to leave. He tried to make several comments, this and that. Finally, I told him the conversation's over, I'm getting your bill, you're out of here. I turned to the bartender, tried to get his attention to get his tab, and I heard another commotion going out the back door. I did follow them outside. They were all ahead of me. Maybe 12 people going out the back door. And I did follow behind. By the time I got out there, Mr. Gilbert was getting off of someone, getting back up, and you
I
look,
beg your pardon, man, you needed.
he got up off of someone, he was getting off the
Got
ground.
off, you mean he was on
There were
on
two
top
people on
of
the
it?
ground, Mr. Gilbert and someone else, and they were
On
both
the
getting
ground.
up when I saw them. I don't know who knocked him down, I saw them both getting up. Mr. Gilbert looked at me eye to eye, he came at me. When he came at me, I got in a stance, I don't know what I was gonna do, but I was gonna defend myself. The last minute, he put his head down, came into me. And as I tried to get him off me, is when he took my finger. That's what happened. I felt the bite, it got really hot. I heard the crunching. I was able to free my hand, and that's what happened. I was given the opportunity to say me several times. None of this had happened. He's the one who chose this. I was released from the hospital Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, I started getting a nosebleed. It intensified overnight. Sunday, I went back into the hospital, and they said it was some sort of infection. But as you can see, there's no alleged bite. It was. One more thing, sir,
Yes, sir.
if I may. I can deal with this, I'll deal with this, and I'm sure the system here will deal with Mr. Gilbert. This isn't only affecting myself. I got my youngest, Caleb is 4. He has not slept since this has happened. He asked me when it's going to grow back, if it's going to grow back, if the bad guy who bit the fingers come to our house. So it has a lot more effect. You can sit there and smile all you want, okay? Sit there and smirk. But sir, this has a lot. This has a lot more result than just, affecting me. It's affecting my family. It's affecting my job. So I ask that the bond be denied for me.
Your Honor, Mr. Hislop is correct. This did not have to happen. Proper procedure for the Anderson County Sheriff's Office and probably the city managers to call the city of Anderson to deal with this, or not for them to take this matter on their own. I haven't changed my expressions about the whole procedure. I did not swear on that, Mr. Hislop. But I would ask the court to set a reasonable bond for Mr. Gilbert. He has a broken nose. The doctor told him to return and have further treatment. He's not going to have further treatment. We've asked the court to set a bond that's reasonable based on these circumstances.
Well, the first thing that concerns the court, of course, is whether or not the defendant poses a threat to the community. And that the problem there is that he doesn't live here in this community. I can assure you, as you well know, we have enough problems in our community. But more importantly, considering his convictions, his record, which is evidence of a violent nature, I do find that he is a threat. Moreover, as I say, not being a resident of this community and particular family ties here, I'm going to have to deny bond at this time. And again, as the case should develop, of course, that can't be reconsidered. But at this point, I think the proper thing to do is deny bond based on both unreasonable